everybody, Brad here, and welcome to another week of The Cliffs. This time we're going to be talking about Boogie Nights. It's one of my all-time favorite films. It's directed by the great Paul Thomas Anderson. Now, we got lots to cover, so I'm just going to jump right in and try and give you as much as I can. We open in 1977, and instantly we are indeed boogieing. We're inside a dance club, and we meet almost every single main character in this 2-minute scene. And this movie has so many great actors. I mean, we've got Burt Reynolds, Julianne Moore, John C. Reilly, back when he did dramas, Bill Macy, Heather Graham, and of course, our main actor, Mr. Marky Mark Wahlberg. Now, he's our main character, and he's working as a busboy inside this dance club. And one night, Burt sees him and gives this kind of weird, seductive stare. The two go to the back of the dance club because Marky thinks that Burt's wanting to watch him jerk off because apparently he has this massive hangdown. But it turns out that Burt isn't a pervert, he's a porn filmmaker. And so kind of a pervert. He offers him a job to come and work with him because the way he put it, you've got something special in them jeans. Alright, so he's a big pervert, you know, he's a filmmaker, whatever. So that night, everybody goes home, and we see some early character problems, like Julianne Moore's character really wants to see her son, but she can't because she's a massive cokehead. And then we see that Bill Macy's wife is openly cheating on him, which he goes through a lot throughout the film. I'll go into more detail on that later. Actually, fuck that. He ends up shooting his wife and himself in the middle of a New Year's Eve party 3 years later. That's basically it. So, Marky, not being able to resist becoming a big, bright, shining star, agrees to work with Burt, who wants to make a film that people will stay and watch even after they finish jerking off. Which I'm still amazed that was once a thing. I mean, I can barely do that when there's someone else in the house, let alone 2 seats over from me doing the exact same thing. But I digress. Now, during one of this dysfunctional family's pool parties, we meet a character played by the late and great Philip Seymour Hoffman. This character is my all-time favorite Philip role. He's this extremely sweet, kind of awkwardly gay guy who falls in love with Marky Mark's character almost instantly. Also at this party we meet Burt's producer, the Colonel, who ends up getting caught for having kiddie porn. That's all you really need to know about him. So Marky goes with the breathtaking porn name of Dirk Diggler. Eventually he makes a series entitled Brock Landers, which is basically like a sex addict version of James Bond. So pretty much James Bond. He rides high for over 4 years, but eventually he starts doing coke and he can't get it up, you know, that old bedtime story. He ends up going off on Burt, which leads to a series of very depressing scenes where he makes terrible, terrible music and gets the shit kicked out of him for trying to prostitute himself. Also, we've got Don Cheadle's character who's denied a bank loan because he's in the porn industry, and then later is in the middle of a donut shop robbery where everyone around him gets shot except for him. So he decides to kind of just take the money Mr. Pink style and run. We also have Heather's character who is basically raped in the back of a limo, and Julianne's character who is again denied custody of her son because of her coke doing, porn doing, and basically all around poor life choices. And then we hit the low point, which is lower than all the low stuff I've just been talking about, whatever. It's the most climactic scene in the movie. Now, even if you don't watch this film, I urge everyone to go out and watch this scene because it is just fantastic. So what the scene is Marky Mark and John C. Reilly go with this guy to do a very dirty drug deal. And what follows is the most tense 5 minutes ever filmed. So set to the songs of Sister Christian, Jesse's Girl, and 99 Red Balloons, some really fucked up shit happens, including, but not limited to, some unsolicited Russian roulette, a weird little skinny Chinese guy running around throwing firecrackers every couple seconds to make you jump, and a really fucked up cokehead Dr. Octopus. Marky realizes in this scene that his life is just total shit, so he goes and makes up with Burt and tries to get better. And the movie ends in a scene where another family party is kind of happening and we see everybody now happy and doing better, and it ends with us finally getting to see that big juicy cock of his. End credits. Now, even though I just told you all of it, I still recommend that you go out and watch this film because it's really amazing. Did I just say juicy? Send your movie request to heybabstudios@gmail.com with the subject line The Cliffs Movie Request. And make sure to subscribe to Bab Studios because we got some juicy content on there for everybody. Seriously, stop saying juicy. This has been The Cliffs with Brad Blackwell. I'll see you next juicy fucking shit.
Yo, Bab Studios.